What's the first things that comes to mind when you think of Dubai? Perhaps it's sparkly skyscrapers that reach dizzying heights, flashy supercars driven by millionaires, and vast air-conditioned shopping malls that cater to your every taste and needs. Before starting the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, The Dubai Method. 1. Dubai isn't a walkable city. Dubai is a city that is spread out along 30 miles of coastline, with many places of interest being long distances apart from each other. Add to that the bad traffic on crowded highways. In fact, Dubai's traffic jams are some of the worst in the world. Also, Dubai is not a pedestrian-friendly city, and walking opportunities are limited due to the extreme heat. This is one of those cities where public transport is not the best way to get around either, as buses sit in traffic jams. Aside from renting your own car, taxis are the next best alternative, and are relatively inexpensive. 2. La Mer. If ever there was a definition of pure gentrification, la mer, meaning the sea in French, was no doubt built for the sole purpose of milking profit. Everything here is artificial. From the Midwestern-themed streets with rustic buildings lined with fake, meaningless graffiti, art, on the outside walls, to hipster restaurants and chic cafes selling the most shockingly overpriced food and drink you'll ever find on a beach. £14, $18, for a smoothie bowl. The cheapest drink, £5, $7, for a cold brew coffee. The irony of La Mer is, it's one of the most dreadful places in Dubai. You can tell the Emiratis really tried hard in making this cash cow project the ultimate hipster tourist attraction. But sometimes, you just can't hide fakery and bullshit. The saddest thing about this place, as with almost everywhere else in downtown Dubai, are the laborers. You'll notice the Caroline and Filipino staff working in the scorching 50 degrees Celsius heat. The janitors often spend most of their 14-plus hours work shift standing inside the spotlessly clean restrooms. Forced to wear masks not because of the contents of the toilets, they clean the toilets after every single usage, but because the restrooms are thick with toxic air fresheners. If you peel your eyes away from the fantasy and see the reality, you'll realize that these are human beings just like you and I, except they are suffering at our expense, and doing their best to hide the pain on their faces. 3. Marina Promenade. A day at the Marina Bay Promenade should be a highlight in any Dubai trip. Just another artificial tourist trap. Sure, the speedboat tour of the two famous landmarks, Burj Al Arab, Atlantis the Palm, wasn't too bad for the price we paid, around $25 per person. Strolling the promenade, you can see how spotlessly clean everything is. Again, the Marina Bay lacked any sign of culture. Instead, everything here is just overpriced, over-commercialized, international restaurant chains and malls. 4. The Burj Khalifa. Conquering the world's tallest building is without a doubt a bucket list experience. You'll witness views atop a tower that you'll never find anywhere else in the world. To be fair, the Burj Khalifa is a highlight of any Dubai trip, though, you'll need to book your tickets well in advance, and to get the best views. Something to bear in mind is that the queues are incredibly long. The waiting time is well over an hour when we visited, though if you pay more you could jump the queues. And once you're up there, it's packed to the rafters. Getting back down to the ground is a different story though. The queues for going down are just as long, but since there aren't any staff managing the queues, you'll find selfish and aggressive tourists scrambling and pushing into the front of the queues, causing anger and confrontation from others who now have to wait even longer. 5. Mega malls. Dubai is well known for its numerous, vast, multi-story shopping malls. If you're a shopaholic, the malls would be a suitable experience. These malls are packed with the same westernized stores you'd find in any metropolitan city. Starbucks, McDonald's, various global fashion outlets and household names everywhere, as well as numerous gold and jewelry outlets. The Dubai Shopping Mall is the world's largest mall, spanning over 12 million square feet. 6. Overpriced, mediocre food. Savvy travelers will notice that while the price of food in downtown Dubai is a bit on the costly side, the Middle Eastern cuisine here is not as tasty as you'd expect. In downtown Dubai you'll find restaurants by world-famous chefs everywhere, though these spots are merely commercial, cash cows, for those celebrity chefs. The actual quality of the food doesn't match the price tag of the meal, which costs an absolute fortune. Another example is the afternoon tea at the Burj Al Arab. It's marketed as one of the best in the world, yet it is in fact nothing more than mediocre. The only thing that's better in the expensive restaurants are more staff on hand, and stylish, modern decor, but even then, you'll never escape the artificial feel and pretentiousness that represents downtown Dubai. 7. Dubai is swelteringly hot, and also polluted. It's no secret that Dubai is very hot, even in winter. The heat and humidity makes it a challenge to stay outside longer than a few minutes without getting soaked in sweat. But did you know that the UAE is also one of the most polluted countries in the world? Due to the extreme heat, humidity and pollution, the city gets quite hazy and the views are not quite as spectacular as you see on the photos. 8. Aggressive construction everywhere. The explosion of tourism in Dubai is a result of the rapid expansion of the metropolis. You'll see countless construction sites everywhere. As new skyscrapers are propping up around the city, each trying to outdo each other in height and glitz. Add to this are yet more and more luxury apartments, infinity pools, and 5-star hotels. In fact, there are a whopping 168 new hotel projects being planned in Dubai alone. 9. The biggest carbon footprint per person in the world. Yep. Believe it or not, a resident of Dubai has the largest carbon footprint of any human being on Earth, more than double that of an American. This is because Dubai is a city living beyond its ecological means. In other words, it's trying to defy its desert environment, the most water-stressed place on the planet. The city was built in a place with no usable water, no surface water, very little aquifer, and the lowest rainfall in the world. Water here is the most expensive in the world, costing more than petrol to produce, and the enormous desalination plants that prop up the metropolis belch out vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. 10. Toxic beaches that make tourists sick. It's no surprise these days that beaches at popular tourist spots have become very polluted and continue to do so. But wait until you hear the shocking experiences of tourists who swam at the beaches in Dubai. The water quality got worse and worse. The guests started to spot raw sewage, condoms, and used sanitary towels floating in the sea. So the hotel ordered its own water analyses from a professional company. Dubai had expanded so fast its sewage treatment facilities couldn't keep up. The sewage disposal trucks had to queue for 3 or 4 days at the treatment plants. They were simply drilling open the manholes and dumping the untreated sewage down them, so it flowed straight to the sea. Now the water is worse than ever. People are getting really sick. Eye infections, ear infections, stomach infections, rashes. Look at it. There is feces floating on the beach, in the shadow of one of Dubai's most famous hotels. Are there any good things about Dubai? It's not all doom and gloom, as there were some good things to enjoy in Dubai. These were mostly in the Deira district, Old Dubai. Though the Gold and Spice, the oldest fort in Dubai, was somewhat interesting. The boat ride across the Dubai Creek is nice, and the Iranian mosque looks impressive. The Dubai Coffee Museum, definitely worth a visit. And the Arabian Tea House. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, The Dubai Method.